There it is.
Can I have motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Anything from the mayor?
No, just happy to be here.
Mayor's happy to thank you for whatever you and Jess did to get that nice grant. We were worried we weren't going to get any grant.
Isn't
Nice
that
job.
fantastic? And
Yeah.
and I know you as finance subcommittee realize that we were put into a different tier a couple of years ago, so we're only eligible to apply every 2 years. And so it not only made us eligible to apply every 2 years, but it put us in a different bracket where there is less money and a larger competitive pool. So our application, even though it didn't matter, you know, Susan and Jessica, you know, the grants department, they still put everything they had into that application. And it's a darn good thing they did, because, and when you get them, you don't always get exactly what you asked
Right.
for. So we asked for
We got
8.
exactly what we asked
It's
for?
a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, and you know
Well, we
what
got
we do with that.
$2.5 million a couple of years ago
Yeah.
for the rail trail. That's why I thought we weren't going to get it, because, well, we'll
They're
give
sick
it
of
to
us.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey.
That's outstanding.
the pool is so small, and the amount is not, the whole pool amount is not a lot. So it's so competitive, but you know what we're gonna be doing with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was
a
good.
little bit into housing rehab, which
Mhm.
to me is probably one of the most wonderful projects around, and then the rest infrastructure. And this infrastructure that we're gonna do, you know, it's sewers, but it's going into the highest priority area rated by our Board of Public Works.
I think
For
it's
in need of
I think
replacement.
it's a testament.
Yeah, but it also has to go into a targeted area, which this is, and it's, you know, income
Good.
targeted.
It needed it.
So this is just,
That's great. Now, do we have to spend it in year or spend it over a series of years? Or do we can we spend
it won't take us long.
Okay.
But on CDBG, sometimes there is extensions and things
Mhm.
like that, but it's not the same as, you know, construction and all that, so, but
It's outstanding.
It is outstanding.
It's great.
It's just like, probably, it was excitingly shocking.
Okay, so let's talk about, oh, do you want to ask a question?
I did, if I may,
Yes.
of the mayor. We got a packet from the retirement board of their budget, and I just want clarity. Their budget is their budget. They don't have we don't have any approval say over it.
Right.
They do their own thing, spend their
We
own
only
money.
approve
Your
the-
approval was when you approved the amount that went to them.
But
Yes.
they're kind of like the school board in that
Yes.
sense. They spend it how they want to
Yes.
spend it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And the only thing we approve is the appropriation.
Which
The
is-
mayor
right.
provides them yearly.
And we get, and that appropriation that you approve, that comes to us, like all the other departments, during budget time, but it also is, comes from their actuarial. So it's you'll see it to the dollars and the cents, it's an exact amount that's requested from us, and it comes from their actuarial reports.
And do they typically, or do they always get what they actuarially tell you?
We give
they
them
need?
exactly what is requested.
Okay.
And it's not actually the board itself, you know, it's PARAC and that, so we give them to the penny what they
Okay.
request.
Okay.
Not like other, not like.
If we didn't give them the money, it would be
Yeah.
a mathematical
Nightmare.
nightmare for them, because what do we do now? Because
Yeah.
PARAC sets all the.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
when we
you.
talk about the CPA?
We
The CPA funding for affordable housing, as the chair of the CPA, when we received this, we couldn't believe she hadn't asked for it earlier, but who's the woman in charge of? Deborah. She didn't know she could apply for these things. So she applied for a smaller figure, and we said, well, we're going to turn up to 8,000 so you could get spares. These stovetop suppressors, especially put into affordable housing units that have seniors in it, will, when they leave a pot on the stove, will prevent a fire and save lives. And it was a no-brainer for the CPA, and I'm sure it's going to be a no-brainer for the council.
Oh, God, yeah.
Council. I mean, and Dave Motter, the chief of fire, said, please do this, because they only used once, so they can be replaced, so we get them spares. If they go off, they're done.
Okay.
And I guess they just fire, a chemical bath on whatever's burning. But it seemed very reasonable. And she didn't know that the CPA could fund these affordable housing things. And they're gonna come to us again for new accessibility ramps that they can put in. A lot of times they were using their own money, which is limited, to fund if someone has a wheelchair and they need to get in, so that's coming soon.
Okay.
But this is just a no-brainer, and I have to tell you that when we saw it, we wanted to give them a little more, so if they have extras, they can replace them.
No,
We
we
hope
did-
there's no fires, but there has been a few. I think Dave Motter mentioned there was a few fires that they got in there, so.
And CPA, not too long ago, that was probably under a different director, that was probably Jane, we did the bathrooms, remember?
Right,
For
right,
their
right, I remember
community,
that. Right.
their community room.
But she's just learning, and
Yep.
she's learned a lot, and we
But-
told them, come, she talked about the ramps, and I said, come back to us, we can fund these,
Right.
because we want to help. These are all, you know,
Fun, yeah.
seniors or disabled people, so, I'll take a motion to approve?
May I ask a question?
No.
Before we go there?
No.
I know you're in a hurry.
No,
but-
I'm not in a hurry.
I know this meeting is running long, but, so, they're gonna get 200 of them? Is that what this says?
What does it say?
189, so 38.45 a pair, so that means 2 per unit at 100, multiplied by 189 units and 3 community rooms with stoves, brings this cost up exponentially, leaving a grand total of 200 sets. The discount starts at every 100 sets up to $76.90, so I'm unclear how many they're getting. Are they getting
Unfortunately, I didn't bring
100?
my,
I just wanna make sure they're getting enough.
what does it say on there?
It looks like they're getting the 200.
The 200.
They're getting 200,
And then
I
they get a
thought
little
it was-
discount, every 100, they get a little discount.
I thought it was 200.
Okay, I just wanted.
Because you just said you
it read
wanted to get a
kinda
few
funny.
extra.
Well, we gave them extra money so they can get
Yeah.
extras, so if it's 189, they're gonna have 11 extras or whatever.
Oh, I see, so they asked for 76.90 and you're gonna make that
So they could buy a
a couple
couple.
more, gotcha. Okay.
And let's hope we don't have fires that require them to.
Really?
replace them.
How much are they each?
38.45 a pair, which standing alone is a small price, however multiplied by
So
189
$38?
units.
That's a pretty small price to save lives, honest to God.
I think like,
Huh?
We're not paying.
Yeah, but we don't.
no.
I'm just going out on a limb and saying you're on your own on that one.
The- Just for the record, the mayor is not gonna get
Yeah,
funding
no,
from the
no,
CPA.
no.
For her own.
Yeah,
No.
that's the. that-
Why, do you leave pots on the stove unattended? I did once.
I
Can I
do-
take the
I do
fifth
that
on
some,
that?
I do that sometimes.
No, but I think it's a.
Those of us with the ARP cards should shut
no-brainer.
up.
I didn't know.
All right,
three
can I
of
have a
us.
motion, Mr. Carey?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, this comes for a public hearing next meeting. And we're trying to get things done because it always is a couple of months before. It takes a while to go through the CPA. It takes at least 2 meetings and they only meet once a month. So we told them we try to get this moved ahead so that, because we meet in July and then they can use them. This was approved by the CPA.
Do you want to get it done in
May.
July? You already
I already
asked for it,
did,
yeah.
just so that they could get them in there.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so I don't have anything else on this meeting.
I move we adjourn.
All in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm going home to